Welcome back to another episode of AK-47 Radio, your last hope for good, actually even possibly funny, but definitely ADHD riddled gun content out there. Did we also mention one of us has a terrible time pronouncing words, and English may not be my first language? Tonight,
is it your seventh?
No, sir. It's like my 0.5 language. Like we're still working on the first language before we get to the second language. You just heard him. That is the Commissar General. He's back from space. He just walked in here and found that look upon your face. We are joined by our
breathe vacuum all over the place.
We are joined by our Commissar as usual. I am janitor / party jester. I'm not even sure what my job is anymore, but I'm here. I think.
You've got gear. Get used to it.
I don't have gear, but I do have, the best you are what you drink in the world.
Yeah. Your existence is just a figment of everybody else's imagination. It's fine.
I'm sorry about that. I'm not really.
So we all manifested him into existence. I don't like the sound of that at all.
You're not my real mother.
No, thank you.
No, I am not your real mother.
That's good, because that'd be horrifying.
Yes, no.
Somebody would have a lot of explaining to do.
I would not like that at all, please.
No priest.
And we're already
no priest.
We're already giving all of our audience the mind aids.
That's why they.
Oh, that's our tagline. This is the brain aids of gun podcasts.
We shortened it to braids.
So, what'd you guys do this week? Anything good? Anything fun? Anything productive? Or
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go on for a while, so I'll let you guys go first. I had lots of fun.
Oh, well, I guess I'll start because I don't have a crap ton. As the viewers can see on the mic stand, I have these 2 Stargate patches that I've had for a little while, but in keeping with last week's topic, the P90, I bought some patches for my upcoming Stargate LARP build. So I have a couple American flag IR reflective patches facing each way. I have a SGC patch, and I have a Stargate SG1 team member patch that will go on the LARP once I get it. And even more fun that I've actually been having since I got it, it came in the mail this week. We talked in one of our SHOT Show episodes about the Sunshine Safety sling that you can just roll up into a little Velcro pouchy thingy on itself.
Mm-hmm.
And I got that. So this is a 2-point sling with QDs. And you just, again, for those who are watching, you can just pull it out, so to speak. Phrasing.
Giggity.
Plug it into the QD. And now you has 2-point sling that when it's stored is not in the way of other things, but when it's deployed, it works like a normal 2-point sling. And it's quick adjust, but it adjusts the wrong way. And I will die on this hill. The right way is pull away from your body to tighten, pull closer to your body to loosen. This is the opposite. It pulls towards your back to tighten. I don't like it.
That's how it should be.
So I
like
have
I said,
Viking
I'll die
tactical.
And I will
sling I have you pull out on a string and then
but those
like
use
you pull with your what?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was you pull with a string and it releases a little lever and then it releases the strap to allow you to swing up and shoulder the rifle, and then you can get your support hand on it from there. It's the same sling I used. I bought it for my my shit hits the fan AR that I've got going. It's my SIG M400. But I like the sling. I would like to try how that one works, how you pull away to tighten it. Because tightening the Viking Tactical is kind of a pain. Loosening it, it's a breeze if you have it if you're practiced with it, but tightening it sucks. But then again, it's like, as long as you can get out of the holster quick, does getting into the holster slow really matter?
Yeah.
So
that's my thing is deploying it, I think, is faster and easier, but either way, Dusky, it's already out. It's just not on camera. And I have the same Viking Tactics sling on my Bubba SKS that's behind me. So I know what you're talking about.
If you see something pale and fleshy coming up around that P90, you'll know what it is. The Viking Tactics
I wish it was that big.
Use the freaking alligator clip off of old Alice packs, and I used to make my own slings the same way. The problem I always had with them is it was really easy to pull to loosen up that little alligator buckle and then spill out all the sling and then have too much sling and then try and adjust the sling back. Yeah, fucking pain in the butt. My favorite sling is on the 101 up there. It is the Savota Griffin, and it is a metal tri-glide. Oh, don't drop that on my head. That would be par for the
amazing.
Course. No, but I'm total disagreement. I like these because, first of all, I like that they're metal hardware, not plastic, because I don't like breaking shit.
That I will agree.
You run it forward to loosen it and then pull back to tighten, which for me, I like, because then I grab the piece of the big Chungus metal adjustment buckle and slide it forward, and right where I get up, I can drop my hand drops right on the handguard. So it's one motion, like coming up to grab the front of the rifle versus pulling out and then coming up.
I feel like the adjustments on the pull towards your own back to tighten are too cumbersome, and you have to like really, it's like try to scratch that one spot on your back that you can't reach by yourself. It's the same concept, and I don't like that. I'd rather just yoink the handle and then have it tight to my chest like it is now with the P90, which nicely, because the P90 is so compact and short, even with it as tight as I would want it, if I was doing something with my hand, tying a lashing or making a fire or something, I don't have to loosen the sling on the P90 to get it up into a firing position. But with something longer like an AR or an AK, I would. And I don't like that. But I do actually really like this sling and the fact that it just folds up super compact.
Well, I see it holds it real tight to your chest there. I like that.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's
real good.
That was Pack-A-Day Smoker, Mike.
But again,
how's that?
Even
sorry.
Even with it this tight, I mean, if I was wearing a plate carrier or LBE or something, I could loosen it a little bit to get around it. But even with it this tight to my chest, I can still get it easily up into a firing position, and I could acquire the sights because of the way the gun is designed. But the sling points are also at the very far rear of the stock and at the furthest most point. You guys can't see that. Of the actual assembly.
So go back to having it slung. So I like that the way as it sits slung, for those that will be listening later on, he has it slung over his chest. It's almost vertical, maybe 10 degrees cant, left to right. He's got it slung to where he can immediately tuck it into his shoulder right underneath his right eyeball where it's supposed to be.
Unless he's one of those left-handed freaks.
Well, then you just reverse the QDs and reverse the sling.
Yeah, I know.
But I like that it goes right up into shoulder where it's hanging. It's just it hangs right on a pivot point I use to pivot my rifle up when I'm doing up downs. And it looks great. Like I would like to try one of those. I bet it would work really well on an AK too.
I think it works for anything that you put the sling at the rear of the gun. So if you were like, for me, for example, on an AR, I much prefer to have the rear QD at where the lower receiver starts, so not on the back of the sling. In some cases, not in all of them. But if you do that, now you're adding extra length from where the sling hangs to where you're bringing the gun up. If you've done it, you know what I'm talking about. If you've never done it, I couldn't even show it to you to explain it to you.
Does your sling hang low? Does it wobble to and fro?
No, but I do tie it in a knot and I tie it in a bow.
Can you throw it over your shoulder like a continental
Nope.
soldier? Does your sling
Too far.
hang
Yes,
low?
yes, I can, because that's exactly what a sling is designed for, to be thrown over the shoulder. It was a dumb question, you dumb.
You're a dumb question.
I'm a dumb answer. The question was, do you want to have sex? The answer was 9 months later, I popped out.
Oops. Anyway,
I have many things that I'd love to say right now.
and we're not saying
All of them are inappropriate. None of them are particularly true because, to be fair, I do kind of like you.
gay.
Aww.
And I genuinely don't think that the best part of you
All right, no, moving on. So,
Yeah, I don't know where this was going either.
I do, and we're moving on.
I'm probably more uncomfortable than Sam at this point.
So, I have a land navigation class coming up here in about 2 weekends that I'm doing. So I went out finally and bought me a proper compass, a radioactive compass,
Nice.
a lensatic compass to be exact. What freaking Kamenga 3H, basically the USGI compass. And I will say, the lanyard it comes on, it is very tempting to grab the end and swing it around in a big circle.
Yeah.
Which is probably how a lot of compasses have been lost over the years.
No, that's just how you calibrate it.
Something. This is 2016. It still has a little bit of life, a decent amount of life left in the tritium, even though that's getting towards the end of its half-life. But
what is the half-life of tritium?
Apparently, from what I was reading, once it hits about 10 to 12 years, it starts to really fade off quicker. So this one's probably towards the end of its lifespan, but at that point, oh well, it's still a perfectly usable compass.
Yeah. I've got some night sights on pistols that are about that age, and they're really hard to pick up even when it's dark. If there's any light in the room, you're not going to see anything glowing.
Yeah, same with the, I mean, you got to get this. I could see it well enough outside that I could get most of a bearing when I was looking across the pasture in front of me, but oh well, it'll be fine.
That is still
because my 365s C365 sight, the left sight, like it doesn't work in the nighttime anymore, and the other two seem real faded. And that's basically been my first experience with that. My last experience with tritium failing was the Para P14 double stack 4-45 that I have. And that thing is a pile of donkey shit. Like, I would rather carry a Tokarev than that thing around. The only reason I have it is it was a deployment commemoration gun while we were deployed to Afghanistan my first time. And I thought, oh yeah, I need a 1911. It'll be cool. And then it turns out it was a hunk of shit because Para sucks as a company and they went under for a reason. Anyway. I'm digressing.
Now, previously, I've only ever had and used, I've used them a lot, base plate compasses. So this is the first lensatic compass I've owned. So it'll be a fun class to take. I will have much to report back when it happens.
I'm very much looking forward to hearing your reports back. We've been talking about maps and stuff, and you can, in fact, buy the same maps on the same amazing, like waxy gloss waterproof paper that the military uses from usgs.com or .gov rather. I apologize. So I'm looking forward to getting some of those as well. I need to brush up on my land nav skills. Also, I just grabbed the oldest set of night sights that I have on my FNP, not FNX, FNP 45 tactical that I bought in 2010. and yeah, they're completely dead.
It'll happen to you, but
Yeah.
All right then.
oh well. It'll actually make the compass easier to use with night vision involved, because any tritium light source out of with looking under night vision just fucking blooms too bright. So this one dying soon is actually not a bad thing.
I mean, it's a compromise. You
In that
either have a thing that's constantly glowing when it's dark and you have to maintain light discipline, or you have a thing that you have to charge up with light, so you have to shine a flashlight on it to make it charge up so it will glow. But you're trying to
given the
maintain
choice,
light
yeah, I'd rather have the tritium than have the phosphate ones, or phosphate. I forget what it is exactly.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Anyway, so I got that. The course will be fun. And this, we're going to talk about this little compass C type doohickey. It's going to play into what we're talking about tonight.
Mhm.
Here's
Indubitably.
The only compass I know I have is on my hunting backpack, which is that's great. It's on a hunting pack, so if I ever need it, it's on there. However, it's one of those tiny little ones that like you're not sure which way it's actually pointing, and it could just as well point you to your own doom as well as your own salvation. So I'm not
It's
take a land nav class with it, but
yeah, it's not a here's your 228-degree bearing. It's
Right.
This way is north, this way is
right.
east.
Go that way towards the river.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how when's that going to be?
That is 2 weekends from now, I believe. I think it's
Nice.
the 21st.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, that'll be real cool to hear about.
There'll be a classroom portion that we're doing, and then somebody went up off of Rampart Range Road and buried a whole, well, not buried, but stuck a whole bunch of T-posts in the ground for waypoints. So.
You said you bought a protractor. Did you buy the protractor that's square with the 3 triangles in it, or did you buy the circular protractor?
Square with 3 triangles in it.
Okay. That's the same one I have. That's also what I was trained on.
I've got another one. I had one floating around somewhere, but it got real scratched up in a pouch ages ago. So I was like, I'll just buy a new one. It's 99 cents at the surplus store.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, because mine is also a little scratched up and faded. Just buy another one.
Anyway.
So
that's it for me. Mike, what did you do before we launch into our topico?
As he mutes himself.
Bye, Felicia.
See, I felt the burp coming, and I was trying to be polite, and then like, oh, Mike, it's your turn. And I'm like, oh, it's not coming. And as soon as I unmute, you can. I tried. We all know
it. Hey, you know what? It sounded good. And that's really all that matters.
It tasted like Coke Zero.
I didn't need to know that.
Neither did I. Next.
Also dinner. So, I was conspicuously absent last week, but over the last 2 weeks, I shot 2 matches, one at my local range, the one I do every month, and then the first match I shot at the end, it was on February 28th. They do it like the last or almost the last Saturday every month. So I shot that Saturday, took my PCC out with the Gideon Optics Mediator XL on top of it, which is again like EOTech sized. I won't get into too much detail about it, but the first half of the match, I was just basically a ball of nerves because it was my first actual sanctioned match back after 3.5 years. And like sanctioned doesn't mean anything. The match doesn't mean anything. I'm only there for my own fun and my own enjoyment and my own learning and my own skill development.
But you're
not really there to.
You're innately competitive, though.
Right. I am very innately. And on the other hand, I'm also innately intuitive, and I can watch the guys that are better than me, and I can watch their stage plans, and I can pick up on it and hope run it similar or better. I'm starting to find ways that, like, there was one particular stage, they had a wall right here. They had a swinger, like,
was there a
10
hole
yards
in the wall
in front?
about waist height?
So the wall was, oh geez.
Sorry. If you know, you know. Moving on.
The wall was lengthwise stretching downrange. So if you're looking at it, all you see is like thin wall. That went down for about 7 yards. And at the end of that, they had a swinger that would bounce back and forth after you activate it with the steel. Well, I watched a whole bunch of experienced people run their stage plan planning to shoot this thing as it's going through this little gap because there was another wall. And it was swinging through this gap. You can see it on the screen in the audio land. You guys just going to have to use your imaginations. But the other wall stretched off to the left, and the swinger swung in between the gap created, and it wasn't a very big gap. So everybody was planning on shooting it as it crosses this gap. Bang, bang, bang. And I'm like, there's got to be a better way. Well, at the start of the stage, you're standing back at the front of that the wall that goes out downrange, and your steel that activates it are with a couple other targets to the right, and you have to hit those targets and activate the steel, and then the swinger doodad swings. Well, I watched one of the guys that I know to be very good at this game. He hit the swinger steel. The swinger came down to the other side, like the starting side of the wall, just like the first half of the swinger. And as it came down, it pivoted, stopped for just long enough for him to hit it 3 times, and then started swinging back up. And then he ran off to the other side of the stage to finish it that way. And I was like, holy shit. How did none of us see that? Because everybody else had been shooting it the other way. So that was a lot of fun to see that. And like, that's what I like to go for, is learn how to do things a little bit faster, find the little, a lot of times I found just playing Ace, I found that it's kind of like a dance, that you got to do the steps just right. And when you hit the rhythm, you're like, ooh, everything's just perfect. And when you're off rhythm, everything fucking sucks.
That is exactly the new John Wick themed stages in Ace. Is if you don't time it right, you're going to add 3, 4, 5 seconds to your time because you didn't time it right. It's the same thing. Oh, I can shoot you. Oh, I can't see you, so I can't shoot you. No, you're behind the wall. I know you're behind the wall. I can shoot through drywall. Like,
right.
It's just finding the most efficient way to do things. Dr. Scary Guy says, can you reorient the sling in the buckles? I think what he's talking about is the tri-glide for tightening and loosening the sling on the P90. No, I looked at it. It's physically not possible.
Most of the time, yeah, it's not.
Yeah. Like I would have to buy more hardware, more webbing. Basically, I have to create my own sling to make it work the way I want it to work. Right. So unfortunately, no, I can't make it work the right way. It only works the wrong way, which is youngest's favorite.
Yeah. So Mike, how'd you place in the match?
I'll get there. There is some stuff I want to talk about. So this is Saturday's match. I ended up starting off on the classifier. They always run a classifier for the USPSA actual classification system. If you're a member of USPSA, you can shoot these matches without being a USPSA member. You just go shoot and it doesn't mean anything. I mean, it still doesn't mean anything, but I make it mean a little less than nothing. So when you do sign up for USPSA and go shoot their classifiers, that's how you get your actual ranking within the USPSA system. You have the 6 ranks: D class, C class, B class, A class, master, and grandmaster. And almost every match that you shoot, every sanctioned match, will have a classifier if they can, because that's how people rank up. That's how people know where they stand, because when they go shoot major matches, because major matches are major fun, then they are classed appropriately and they are competing against like skilled shooters. So for example, I'm an A-class PCC shooter. If I go shoot a major, I want to make sure I'm shooting against other A-class PCC shooters. I don't want to be A-class in C-class and just mop the floor with them. That's no fun. And I don't want to be A-class in Grandmaster and get the floor mopped with me. That's also no fun. So that's how that stuff works. Anyway, the classifier started out, I got a miss on it, but it was a fun classifier, so I'm pretty happy. It's just stuff I have to work on. The rest of the match, there was a few stages where we had corners and stuff where I was actually accomplishing some of the stuff that I teach, which was utilizing like pieing around corners and doorways and such. I have a pretty good video that I posted where there's a whole bunch of targets downrange, and I am sprinting down one way, slow and stop, come up on target just enough to get the long range one, then just keep popping out to hit them as I go. And seeing that I did that without thinking about it on video made me really happy that I was accomplishing this stuff. I'm really glad that that's happening because it's something that's I actually really wanted to work on. A lot of the guys in the competition world, you see them, doesn't matter what they shoot, but a lot of them, when they sprint around, they like sprint as fast as they can, and they got big goofy arms and big goofy legs, and then they get to like one specific spot, they get set, they shoot a whole bunch of targets, and then they sprint all goofy to the next spot, shoot a whole bunch of targets. And don't get me wrong, they're fast as hell doing this. A lot of them are grandmasters doing it this way, but I am trying really hard to work on the not exposing yourself to a whole bunch of targets that might one day shoot back at you. Take them one at a time if you can. And if you can't take them one at a time, take them as fast as you can. So that's
the thing. Like, okay, competitions, like there's a game and then there's real life. And that's one of the parts that's really hard to mesh is how do you make the game as realistic as possible, but also make it fair across the board for all the competitors?
Right.
And you really can't do that. So when you go, like I had a buddy that was a military cop, and every time he would go to the range, he would do all his on double action. Like he would decock after every single shot when he was allowed to take them on single action, but he would do it on double action. And people were like, "Oh, your group sucks, man. You suck. Oh, blah, 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 whatever." And he's like, "Fuck you, dude. I'm not trying. I've already earned the marksmanship ribbon. Like, I don't care. I'm trying to get better. I'm not trying to look like I know what I'm doing." And that's the same thing.
Rounds with a 12-pound trigger is a hell of a lot, and trying to be accurate is a hell of a lot different than doing it with a 2-pound trigger.
Yeah,
and so doing it right.
Yeah, so that's the same thing you're doing. Is I'm not trying to place great. I'm not trying to game the system. I'm trying to get better, because shooting isn't just a game. It's also a life skill that you want to be better at. So
Correct.
That's cool.
To answer Sam's question, that was the only stuff I wanted to highlight. But to answer Sam's question, I placed 33rd out of 85 overall. The reason I placed 33rd is because I got 5 mics and a no shoot, and that's like negative 70 points alone. If I hadn't got like, it doesn't, I could whatever all day long, but the reality of it is, it highlighted to me the stuff I have to work on. And that's
Target should have grabbed a gun.
Right.
This we need a drop gun at your 3-gun match. It's like, oh shit, look, he's armed.
Hey, some matches some matches do have stage guns, which is cool as hell. By the way,
true.
I do want to ask, did you get no shoots because you didn't see the targets, or because you just failed to engage them? Oh, wait, no, never mind. You said no. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Brain went off in a different direction.
Well, a lot of times they'll have the shoot target and they'll have the no shoot hostaged up in front of it.
She did
And
it.
my
It's
all of
Sorry.
my mics and the no shoot happened because I was going way too fast without proper. I mean, I had control of the rifle. You can see it in the videos. Like I've got control of it. The recoil isn't throwing me all over the place. Like the rifle's not moving, which means I've got control. But I was shooting too fast. And even when you've got control of your rifle, if you don't pull your trigger finger straight back, you can still throw your rifle off enough. And I do believe that's what was happening. I think I was throwing my shots with my finger, and I just need to work with it.
That makes
I don't
sense.
see a problem here.
In my mind, sorry, I heard no shoot, and my brain interpreted like not engaged targets. Like I no shoot them when I should shoot them.
I no shoot when I should shoot.
We call that a failure to engage.
We call that getting shot in the face.
Again,
and that's a pretty big penalty too if there's a target you didn't shoot at.
Yeah, that's what my brain went to. But anyway, I was an idiot. Just let me be an idiot.
Oh, that's all right. We're all idiots. I love it. That's why we have.
I'm not good at anything else.
You're good at being an idiot. Just
we all gotta be good. We all gotta be good at something.
So what was most important was the fact that I came away with stuff to work on. I had fun. I didn't DQ, and I did a lot of stuff well as well.
Yeah, you didn't Dairy Queen. That's the big one.
Right. And best of all, the Gideon Mediator XL was just phenomenal through the whole thing. It helped center the dot in targets so well, which for those that don't know, having a circle dot, when you're doing stuff like this, like having a dot, you just have a dot and you put the dot places and the dot does dot things. But when you have a circle around your dot, your eye will naturally try to center that circle and the dot on whatever you're pointing it at. It's very much the same principle as having peep sights on the M16. Your eye naturally wants to center that front sight in the middle of that peep sight. And so that's why they have it. It's actually pretty intuitive system. It worked so well.
And this is why, so I think it's Primary Arms has the ACSS Vulcan reticle on pistol dots, where if you could, especially for new pistol dot shooters, because if you've never done it before, aligning a pistol dot is way harder than aligning a rifle or a shotgun dot. If you only have those 2 points of contact versus 4 points of contact, it's way harder. And so the ACSS Vulcan reticle has the circle pieces, but you can't see them when you line up the dot perfectly on target. You only see those circle segments when you fuck it up on the presentation.
If you're low or high or
to the left or the right or
I think I've seen the our mutual friend's example of this and it's pretty cool. It's a really cool concept.
It's extremely cool and it's great for training. But I will say, for a long gun dot, I don't like that. And even on my pistol, because I can have a circle dot EOTech style reticle where even when I line it up right, I see the circle and the dot. I don't like the extra clutter in the window. I think it's cool for it to be outside the window when I align it improperly. But when I align it properly, all I want is a dot.
Yeah.
For me, that's my personal preference.
That makes sense.
But I like that all these different dots, these are giving you these different options because people like different crap.
The only thing that I want a dot to do, and this is whether it's a circle dot, a red dot, an ACOG, I don't give a shit. The only thing I want it to do as an electronic optic is if I see the dot and the dot is on the target, I want that dot to, no matter how I'm offset in that dot, parallaxed if you will, no matter how I'm parallaxed in that behind that optic, I want that dot to be where the round hits. A lot
Yes.
of red dot optics, the really cheap ones, the really shitty ones, they don't do that. You can tell them because you'll look at the dot and you'll put the dot on, like, say, your face on my computer screen. And if I have the dot on the screen and I move my head around and the dot doesn't move from your head, it's a good optic. If I move my head around and the dot moves around with my head, it's a shitty optic.
Yeah.
And that's what you want out of a rifle optic. So, like,
Absolutely.
it doesn't as long as you can see it, you can hit. And
And
to be fair, I think that's what you want out of pistol optic too. But
it is, but I will say I've never so I have an aim point comp M4. So like towards the top tier of red dots you can get.
is that very similar to the M68?
It is the M68.
Okay. I very much like the M68.
Yes. I have done this parallax comparison with it, and it does move slightly as you move your eye around inside the eye box. Like, it's still not perfect. I have never
Nothing's going to
encountered.
be perfect, but you can tell the bad ones.
Yes. But I was just saying, in general, I've never encountered a red dot that has 0 parallax.
I'm talking like if I'm on target at 25 yards, man-sized target, and the dot's in the center of a forehead, and I move my eye, and then suddenly the dot's over here, like left of the ear, that's bad. If I move my head, I want the dot, no matter which. If I can see the dot in the optic,
like,
I want
it's gone from I can put the dot in the black part of your pupil, and then I can move my head, and it moves to your tear duct.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, it's not at all, but it's still not perfect. So that's another thing for people to understand if you're getting into optics and things is there's good and there's bad, but there's no perfect.
Right. So that being said, let me run through the second match real quick, and then I'll be done. I'm going to be
like 2 fucking minutes.
Yeah, actually, I was going to be.
We're approaching 40 minutes in, and
I'm aware. So the second match, I went in with a lot of these realizations from the first match, and I tried to be a lot calmer. I was a lot calmer. I wasn't a bundle of nerves. I knew all of the people I shot with, so I was relaxed, having fun in my environment, and I kind of dicked up the first stage a little bit with a mic. They did a fake classifier, which is a really cool classifier. Actually, it's 4 shots on 2 different targets, 4 shots, mandatory reload, 4 shots, 4 shots. I got a mic on one of them that hurt my score, whatever. The next stage, I got the top score in of everybody, and the next stage after that, I got the 3rd score. So I ended up 2nd out of 18 of everybody. I genuinely, like, the second stage I could have done much faster. I was way too slow, and like there was these transitions in a cutout in the wall. I can't port. And I did the transitions way too damn slow. Other than that, like, I ran good. I shot pretty well. I only had that one mic on the first stage. Everything else was fairly accurate. So I felt really, really, really good about that one. And then after all of that, I decided to get good at my reloads, and then spent basically most of Saturday doing dry fires with my new I got a UBL mid-ride, and then I got a mag pouch, the QLS Safariland fork and receiver, and now my PCC reloads live on that, and it's a quick snap my hand down to grab it right back up into the mag well, and I basically did that all of Saturday off and on for at least several hundred reps. So that was a lot of fun.
What brand magazine pouch were you using for the Stendos?
I just got some crap brand off of Amazon that wouldn't hurt my feelings to drill holes in, so that I could attach it to the QLS fork. It's a basically knockoff of the ones that are combination cloth, plastic, and
So
bungee
almost
cord.
like the
Like you,
HSGIs.
yeah. Like
Okay.
you've got the bungee cord that holds it
Goes.
all together. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got this for like $10 on Amazon, so like it doesn't hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
And
I
it holds
used to
them just fine. So
I used to be that guy where I didn't want to modify stuff. I was like, oh, I don't want to hurt it. I don't want to take the chance of messing it up or breaking it. And then I realized that modifying your gear just makes it better.
right, you're
And if you
modifying it for your use.
yeah, and if you fuck it up, guess what? You can order another one.
Like I don't know the manufacturer of whatever I bought any kudos or anything to keep his product intact. I'm drilling
Yeah.
holes in that motherfucker.
Yeah,
I need to drill holes in that motherfucker to do what I want with it. I ordered
absolutely.
it to drill holes in that I'm not going to order a $40 piece of equipment that does the same thing and drill holes in that motherfucker.
Mm.
I'm going to do it in $10 piece of gear.
I was literally just about to tell Sam that he needs to talk before we're done because he hasn't really talked, and then he ran away. So we get to continue to be our idiots.
Yes, our idiots is my favorite kind of idiot.
Mm. I mean, I like my version better than yours, but you know.
I mean, that's fair. I did have a lot of fun at those matches though, dude. I'm really excited to go to the next ones. Like that rifle with the mediator, it does
sound like a lot of fun, and the mediator sounds like a fantastic optic. Like it looks like it is on paper, on camera, and it looks awesome in use. I just haven't actually gotten my grubby mitts on one yet.
And we have to go do a range day or something, and you can get your mitts on mine and try it on the PCC again.
I want the short barrel and the red dot on P90. You also have to play with this thing.
Oh, yes, please.
Okay, I'm going to be a dick and step in now.
Do it.
Yeah, we've been waiting for you to.
No, you haven't.
No, we were about to tell you to
literally you walked away and I said I was about to tell Sam to start talking
because I had a crying infant over my head and couldn't unmute myself because
no, that's understandable.
Totally cool. Family first. We were just like, all right, Sam's turn. Bye. Oh.
Anyway, so I want to talk about something tonight that we're going to be doing.
I'm excited about
this podcast stuff. And next time I'm going to lead with something like this so that we don't bury the lead 45 minutes into the show.
Hey, this is your fault. You decided you wanted to take charge.
We'll talk about that later.
Leadership comes with responsibility.
Yeah, shooting people in the head. It's a great
I have the only shoot people in the head gun between the three of us, so
that's not true. Lots of people got shot in the head with maybe even that rifle at some point. Anyway, in a previous life. So when we started this show, and I think I mentioned it a long time ago, we talked about the idea of not doing a monthly shooting challenge, but like a monthly or like every other monthly, or maybe just even ongoing, like series of like challenge type things. Like, you should need almost like a class system, because, that's how communism works is we're all the same, except for we're not. But essentially we talked about, here's a certain like shooting goal to reach. Here's a rucking goal to reach, yada, yada. And then you could be like, now you're a conscript, or now you're a whatever. I've been sitting on that idea for a couple of months, and it finally popped into my head, a different idea that I was talking to you guys about. Moving forward, I'm not frozen, am I?
No,
Okay, good. Well, my computer was actually freezing up a little bit earlier, so it's like, oh shit, I don't even hear
Turn
any
the heat
breathing.
Mike was freezing earlier too, so is fine.
Okay,
So was
Anyway.
Will. We're having interwebs issues, all of us apparently.
that's because the internet connection in the Republic of Upper Lower Podostovia is actually really bad because Elon Musk cut us off from Starlink.
Yeah, everybody's gone back to
He's a
their
little mad that
dial-ups.
we launched missiles at his satellites.
He deserved it.
Anyway,
Hey, we didn't do that. You may have. I did not for legal reasons.
His
Okay,
Tesla
so-
light.
anyway, to give you the short version, we want to encourage, I mean, not just like audience participation, but we'll encourage audience participation. We also want to encourage our audience to actually do more than just go to the flat range, bang a few targets, if that's within your ability. So, starting here probably very shortly, and then probably doing it once, well, not once, but once every 6 months, rather. We have come up with a plan to do what are essentially operations or mock operations or mock missions for our AK radio listeners. They are going to be very LARPy because, frankly, I like LARPing. LARPing is actually kind of fucking cool. Even though the idiots on the internet will sometimes tell you it's not, and I probably just lost 4 people in the audience, in which case you may kindly go off and defenestrate thyself.
Dude, our
Nah.
audience is nothing but LARPers.
Yeah, hopefully.
And idiots.
The one thing I can say about AK guys,
Yeah, that
because a
country
lot
boy
of them
guns
are
in there.
a lot of them are fucking hyper autistic, and they're more into LARPing than some of the like, oh nope, I'm Mr. fucking
Bro,
high-speed tactical bro.
Oh yeah.
Stargate patches. Like this show
Oh yeah,
is absolutely LARP-tastic.
my entire life is just one big LARP. It turns out.
Yeah. If you're not
I'm-
into it, I don't want you here.
I've never actually gotten into Stargate or anything, but my desk is covered with knickknacks from my travels and Star Wars shit.
Mm,
I mean,
yeah, I don't want you here either. So bye.
fuck you guys.
Hi, bitch.
Mute me.
Anyway. So this is going to be all right. So going forward, we're going to have, let's mock up the mock up I did for an operation. We'll give it a dumb name, not Epic Fury though, because that one's just weird.
Operation Mild Temper.
Yeah, some shit like that. But the point being, so what I mocked up as an example, what I shared with you guys earlier, well, one of several, was a 6 kilometer total rock hike. So for in American units, that's 5Ks, 3 miles, so not even that far. But just for a starter, and it would go like this. Essentially, ideally, we do it in sequence. And so we'll do a video ahead of time, or I will, or maybe me and Kyle, or me and Mike, whoever can get together to do it, that will essentially explain what needs to happen. And we're going to do it first, just so we can have some documentation of like, this is kind of what you might want to look like.
Wait, who's Kyle? I'm sorry. You said a weird name. We've never talked about a Kyle before.
That's my brother-in-law. Sorry, I haven't
Oh.
talked to him about yet.
Yeah,
I pop him up a lot because him and I tend to go on stupid little adventures in the mountains, and it's definitely no homo.
Does Wit know about your supposed brother-in-law?
Who's Wit?
I don't know.
Neither do I. Stop talking about. No, my brother-in-law might appear in a couple of videos. If not, Will do it with me. But the point being, this is where I fucking fall apart on some things. So let's say we have Operation Stony Crypt. That's a really dumb name. This comes about though because I've been obsessed with radioactive rocks, which I'm not going to encourage you people to go out and find radioactive rocks. But essentially, what I'm going to encourage you to do is with a 25-pound ruck, go on a 3-mile infill hike, at least one overnight in the field, with as minimal conditions as your skill and gear level allows. I will not encourage you at some point to have like a bivy bag if you want to go full minimalist, or at least a lightweight tent. That's all shit that I think you should own, but you don't need to go out and buy it all at once.
You could set up a poncho tent. You could
if
even
you're like not to put dispersions on you, Mike, but you probably are not going to be at the best at sleeping flat out on the ground. You're more of a car camper because you've right.
Well, I sleep.
Well, you sleep on the ground, but we're not talking like
I sleep on
your grave and sleep on the fucking ground with no pad.
No, I if I have rocks in my back, I will be so miserable.
Yeah.
Disabled veterans automatically get an extra cool point.
Exactly.
I'm going to drive in 5 clicks and camp in the truck.
That's fine.
And then
again, this is all to somebody's personal ability, not a demanding on our part. Essentially, but though one overnight for this typical the one that I was pitching as an example, you need to find a cool fucking rock. Why? Because rocks are fucking cool.
Rocks are
and
fucking
then
cool.
3 mil exfil. And then either tag us at Instagram on posts or send us an email. Another example, and Will, you and I talked about this one, which was it was a 5 to 6 mile jaunt over the border into Wyoming. Set up an observation post on a fire watch there that is turned into essentially a cabin for rent. Drop a range card on that fire watch from your position and get back in the following. This is stuff that is that type of thing is easier for us to do living in Western states with access to public land. People are don't have that kind of access to public land. This is where doing everything sequential is not a must.
And that's the other thing.
Go ahead.
That's the other thing we were talking about is we want to make this accessible to everybody. This doesn't need to be I don't live somewhere that I can go to an outdoor range. All I have access to is an indoor range, or I don't have the money to buy X amount of gear or we want to try to make these challenges where everybody can do them and it's not a limited thing. Like we want to encourage you to go train. We want to encourage you to build a kit. Like, show me your car first aid kit. But we also don't want to make it like,
be like side quests.
Yeah.
So we talked about like having a main quest, which would be like twice a year, and then side quests that can happen in the middle. And the rewards for completing this shit, if we're doing main quest size, it might be bumped up to a morale patch that is specific to whatever the quest was. Call it a quest, it's just perfect for LARPing. And then side quest might just be sticker. But again, you talked about it. So going back to one of the other examples, maybe you can't overnight somewhere because I've got 3 kids. Sometimes overnighting is not going to work. But you know what? I can go do the ruck portion in one night. I can go sleep in my backyard another night, even though backyard's not, in the field. It's still outdoors, putting tent and sleeping bag to use. And then, the find a cool rock thing was just a joke, kind of, but I might actually use it because rocks are fucking cool. But the range card thing,
fucking cool.
Maybe you don't have a fire watch to go do that shit on. That's fine. A fire watch tower. Do your fucking range card in your 30-minute observation post on a fucking hill somewhere. Preferably not on somebody's house. That might be a little weird. Do it on your own house for all I care. Sit there and watch the Amazon guy come up and leave.
You know what? We don't need that level of detail.
We don't. This is also entirely honor system. There is no, I will say we'll want you to tag us and shit because we want to see what you're doing.
Oh, no, absolutely not. And there have been some ideas you've brought up that I've been like, I'm not going to endorse that. So those will not be challenges. And if they do become challenges, I won't be endorsing them.
There are many of Sam's ideas, and not just in our chat, but like just in general life. Many of Sam's ideas that we don't endorse for legal reasons.
Yes.
Pussies.
And also because they're terrible ideas, but
you are what you eat, Sam.
You keep saying that, but it's still not true with you.
Okay, it's been a couple of years. What's your point?
Anyway, also example, since you brought up the shooting, one of the things we talked about doing for one of these is setting up, if you have the ability, if you haven't So like I used to, you could rent out a 40-yard bay. Some ranges let you do that if you have public land or whole backyard range. Setting up, almost a 3-gun type stage. I was actually going to tap you for that one, Mike. That would have a number of hostage targets on it, and you need to go through and clear out hostage targets. But if you're on a static range where you can't do that, well, congratulations, you now have to make shots on 6 different hostage targets and do it in a good time. And then after that, we did talk about different ways to try to incorporate a little bit of TCCC into it, and casualty cards. Might make up some casualty cards that go along with it that are going to test your TCCC knowledge on your IFAC, which you should have.
And your IFAC should have everything and when I say everything, I don't mean every single little thing that you could possibly have to treat March. I mean just something to treat March at a minimum, which is massive bleeding, airway, respiration, circulation, heat loss, and hypothermia and such. In order of what'll kill you the quickest, if you didn't already know. But most of you, at least those of you in the chat, I know do. So
and the most important part of that is not just having the gear, but having the training. Like it's super important to have the gear. Don't get me wrong. If you don't have the thing, it's really hard to do the thing that you need to do. But having the training and knowing how to do the thing means you can find something around you in most cases to at least attempt to do the thing. I don't need quick clot. Sometimes I just need a towel or a roll of paper towels to stuff a wound or something.
You can pack a wound with a shirt. Just pack the wound. Don't stand there staring at it.
Yeah. The specifically engineered gear is super awesome and helpful, but it's not the most important piece. So you should have.
Go ahead.
Oh, you should have the training and the gear, not just one or the other.
Correct.
Is my point.
You are no more.
He doesn't know this sounds like a Thursday night. Yeah, well, Dusky, you're actually fucking perfectly suited to this kind of thing. Man lives in a swamp. It's kind of weird. I don't think he stood on dry ground in 3 years.
Clicker Tactical brought up something in the chat also. He said, and don't put crap in your IFAC because someone said to. If you don't know how to use it, it's useless.
That I have bought a few IFACs over the years that came with chest decompression needles, where you're literally stabbing a needle into somebody because they have a pneumothorax.
Tension pneumothorax.
Yes.
They have that thing from Three Kings.
Yeah, and I have never been trained on how to stab somebody with a needle for any reason other than to kill them, not to save their life. So I take those decompression needles and take them out of my kits. Some of them I'll keep them in because maybe there's a EMT or paramedic or doctor or something around that knows how to use them, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not trained to. I don't know how to. That's okay. But you have to seek the training and learn how to use your tools. That's what I was saying. Learn how to use your tools. Have the tool.
Man,
StreamYard?
I'm done hijacking for right now.
It is StreamYard. It is StreamYard that's breaking up because it's breaking up for all of us.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What was that what you were saying?
I was going to say several years ago on my range's wall, I walked in there and they had a poster up there and it said, you are no more armed for buying a gun than you are a musician for buying a piano. So yeah, you could buy a tourniquet. You know how to use it? Cool. You bought a tourniquet. You don't know what you're doing with it. You're just going to end up killing somebody. Or, well, maybe not killing somebody, maybe letting them die because you're incompetent. Regardless,
put it around the neck.
Dude,
anyway,
that's my favorite joke. Is I've got a bleeding finger. Oh, okay. Do you need a tourniquet?
Oh, that's not my favorite medical joke.
Well, put
my favorite
tourniquet around their neck because it'll stop the bleeding in their finger is my favorite joke.
Oh, mine is like gunshot wound. Put your dick in it. Gotta stop the bleeding somehow, right?
Instructions unclear. Dick stuck in shotgun wound.
Whoa, that one's there. I don't think you get stuck in that one.
I have a joke, but I'm not going to say it. Even as retarded as we normally are, I still have limits.
Well, I'll circle it around then.
Pussy.
I'll say it. I'll say it in our chat. I won't say it on the live stream.
So I'll circle it around then. The idea is it's just going to be some simple real world tasks to encourage people to get out there, use your shit. Don't just sit on top of it in your basement, within reason. Don't go hiking on a public trail with a rifle on display. People get kind of fucking weird about that. Unless it's hunting season.
One of the things I would love to do if we can is the outdoor challenges are fantastic. The drill challenges are fantastic. I'm thinking maybe we should do some accuracy challenges.
They'll be built into that. It's not. It's gonna be a medley of things. Some of it might just be an accuracy challenge here or there, depending.
That's what I'm saying. Like just a random, hey, go shoot a 25-yard or a fist-sized group of 25 yards or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And again, submit photos. But basically, it's going to be an honor system with nothing illegal, obviously. So calm down, Will. But tag us on Instagram. We'll need a little bit of proof, but mostly I can't prove that you didn't poke that target with a fucking pencil. And I can't prove you actually walked that far. But
and you know what? If you did it with a 22, okay, you're still out there, you're training, you're doing things.
PMCs use 22s as well, But it's just to blend some humor, a little bit of gear, a little bit of outdoor exploration, not explanation.
Explanations.
It's mostly just to get people to think about preparedness and to go out and train in things they may not have thought about before. Like, oh, I didn't think about land nav, so I never bought a compass, and now I have a compass.
Yeah, how many of us rely on our phone for literally everything and don't know how to actually...
That launched into another aspect of it. So we're still working on some of it, but I was going to break it down into a point system. Primary objective, which is basically the bare bones, would be worth, arbitrary like 10 fucking points. But, if you want to get an extra point, and we'll see what the points add up to in the end. I'm working on a couple of ideas. But you can get you an extra point. Again, honor system. I can't prove you didn't use your GPS, but fucking land nav your way there. Klecker said we'd look up Wolverine 5K in Michigan, that we'd like that. Yeah, it's a fucking Red Dawn themed tactical adventure race. It does look pretty fucking sweet.
That's cool.
Orienteering, marksmanship, tactical fitness, and then Frago. I'm not military to know what the fuck a Frago is. Optional side mission.
Fragmentary order.
Yes, that.
I don't think we'll get that far down and actually calling them Fragos. We're not going to issue a warno for when it's time to do stuff.
Frago is literally all the side quests we've been talking about.
Yeah.
That's just another word for it.
Like you have your main orders and then you get Fragos like, here, go do this side quest for some random XP. Yeah. Oh, congratulations. You made it to Staff Sergeant. Hooray.
And then each of them will have an overarching, like, kind of little gay boy theme to it that'll either be...
No. It may be gay boy for you, but...
Yeah.
I'm trying to couch it too much. We are doing full-on fucking LARP with this, and the videos that we put together...
Yeah.
It will be high on LARP.
They
will be mocked up in terms of this will either be a mission for, or an operation for, our little republic of Upper Lower Polistovia, or for the mysterious PMC that might actually run the country.
Fuck that. Every one of our side quests will not be called a side quest. It will be called a Frago. Just because of this.
It's a Frago, and we're gonna do Warnos then. I do know what a warning order is.
And Warno is different.
Warno is, from my understanding, is like, where you're about to do this. Here's your warning orders for what you need to bring and what you need to do.
Warno is like, oh, hey, shit. This just happened, and now we have to go do a thing right the fuck now.
Are you telling me the guys I know who send out that shit, like for the Land Nav class, and call it a Warno, are fucking lying to me?
Yes.
I'm gonna
listen,
fucking make fun of him for that one.
let me explain something to you. I read a million like military sci-fi thrillers, military sci-fi thrillers, and military just I fucking love military novels. I've never seen the term Warno once. And these books are the reason I know what Frago means. Like,
I've seen Warnos, and they've been a immediate oh, hey,
Like
guess what? Tomorrow, guys, we're going to start dropping bombs on Iran. I did not see a Warno that said that. I'm just using this as an example. Hey, guys, tomorrow we're dropping fucking bombs on Iran. This is a Warno. You need to get ready to go do this shit because we're doing this shit, and you got to do it right the fuck now. That's a Warno.
Well, let's be clear. We moved 70 aircraft and 3 aircraft carriers into the region. We didn't need a Warno to say, hey, we're going to start dropping bombs on Iran.
Like
and I
It's
guarantee
pretty
you,
fucking obvious.
I guarantee you they still got a Warno.
You're right. They probably did.
But a Warno is not, hey guys, 2 months from now, if you wanna attend this land nav course, here's a Warno because we're gonna do it in 2 months. Like that's not how that shit works.
Fair enough. But
no, if they wanted to do the Warno, they'd be like, hey, Warno, we're having a land nav class tomorrow. Drop your shit and join.
Pretty much.
And then when you show up, they'd give you Fragos as like, here, go collect samples of poison ivy with
you're
going to
go find this case of MREs at these grid cords, and you're going to go find this cache of ammo at these cords, and you're all going to meet up at these cords. Those are Fragos.
For the record, I'm pretty sure there will be a bonus point involved for every single one of these if you eat an MRE at some point.
Well, that's easy.
That's an easy bonus point. You want to eat an MRE. Because MREs are fucking cool.
Like all of the stickers have they have the sticker that we designed, and then all of the stickers also have a little an MRE part. Just tiny little.
Our first stickers need to be a picture of an MRE case, but with everything written in Cyrillic. That should be our first stickers.
All right, I'm gonna have to write that down, or I'm gonna ADD that idea into space, and I do not want to.
Definitely remember that. That's solid.
Okay, so
I'll text it in the group chat too.
That's the basics of it. Reach out to us either on Instagram at AK-47 Radio on there. I forget the handle on Instagram, but AK47radio.net. There's a submit form. Ignore the insult. It's it's light fun, but send us what you think if you got any ideas or if you have any comments on it. But that is what we're looking at doing here going forward. Because fuck it, it gives me an excuse to go out and do shit too.
Also gives you an excuse to go buy stickers and stuff.
That it does.
We like stickers.
We like stickers. WLS, we like stickers.
Indubitably.
Wait a minute.
You don't get to say, wait a minute. You just said it. You came up with it. It was your idea. You got to stick with it now. You have to.
I was just saying, wait a minute. That's genius. Why didn't I come up with that? I did. That was that whole wait a minute.
And I will say too, when we get these going, which is not going to be that too far in the future, actually. If you do something that's funny or really fucking cool, we'll talk about it on the show. Actually, we may do an AAR on every. I mean, basically, if you submit proof to it, it is giving me permission to talk about it. That is legal advice from my lawyer. So we will AAR every single one that we do. And there will be an intro video for every single one too, just to make sure here's the parameters, so on and so forth.
And if you get something super cool on video, we may even have you as a guest on the show to show your video clip and then talk about it.
If you fall off a mountain and face plant into something, I want to hear about it.
If you fall off a mountain and face plant into a mountain lion and kill it, I want to hear about it. But you have to realize you're falling on a mountain lion and be like, "Rawr!" just before you land on it. So it can be like, "What?" and then die.
Just saying that if you wanted to come on the show, there are options. You
need a really cool story, though.
Bribery is one of them.
That's true. You have to be
Bribery is one
cooler,
of them.
We are
you have to be
confident,
cooler
so
than us, but
Or have
that's
more
not
money.
hard. That's not hard to do. To be
real
cooler than
low
us.
bar, dude. Real
So-
low bar.
All right.
Dusky, if you fall in the river again and you get video of it and it makes us laugh when you send it to us, you can be a guest on the show.
Especially if you get leeches.
Mm.
I hate leeches.
I'm not even going to require leeches.
Fair enough. All right. Well, that'll wrap that up. More info to come. It'll be a good time.
Mm.
Well, gentlemen.
Dos Vidania.
Yeah, 2 Vidanias. I believe
3 Vidanias, comrades. That's what we.
Yeah, it's from a month ago. But his username on there changed. I still owe him stickers. I got to get stickers ordered too for this show instead of sending him stickers for the other show. But I think that'll about do it for tonight. Don't you agree?
Indubitably.
If you don't agree, too bad, because that is literally enough for tonight. We demand feedback from you. We like reviews. Reviews are good. Reviews help spread the brain aids that is our show to take out better, more deserving shows.
And better, more deserving aids.
Do you like chaos? Are you like the Joker and Batman and you just want to see the world burn? Leave us a review. That way, actual shows get put down in favor of this slop.
Absolutely.
Actually, that's fucking false. There's fucking gun industry drama, man. It's like, holy shit, I thought we were bad. We're not
right
bad
up
at
there
all.
with all the other slop.
No, we're not.
Oh no, we're fucking
creepy.
awful.
Hearing about hearing about guys who don't want to ruin their reputation, so they will reach out to other YouTubers who have a reputation for being more critical and trying to get them to fight their battles for them.
I'm just standing up to show off the
Pussies.
P90 for the outro.
I thought you were doing it to show off your penile. That's that gun's name from now on. It's the penile.
The RCP Nile.
I wish my penile was this big and this black.
Oh boy.
The penile flows through it.
Well, soon you will get out there and serve us with pride because we are the party. Take your shot in the field. Get some training. Get some medical training. Don't get shot and die. Getting shot and dying sucks.
So bad.
Especially if you're fighting communists to retake your country and then you end up like that fucking kid who climbed on top of the tank after Colonel Tanner. And it's like, you dumbass. You just got shot for no reason.
But if you do die, at least make it heroic, because every man wants to die a heroic death.
That's right. Shoot straight for once. Your army pukes. I just watched that movie, so every line of it's stuck in my head right now.
Every time
It's free
I go to a match,
on YouTube.
my wife
If you haven't
always
seen,
tells me,
if you haven't seen Red Dawn, it's free on YouTube. It has ads, but it is free on YouTube right now. So go do it.
one of the best movies ever.
Or just buy the DVD like a man.
Yep.
I mean that too, but you know, lower barriers to entry.
Just make sure you get the right one, not the 2012 version.
Red Dawn, not dead wrong.
Yeah, definitely not the 2012 version. Nobody cares about that one.
Indubitably.
All right. We're dragging this out.
Yeah, we
Good
are.
Nacht.
Dos Vidania.
Bye there.
That was my line.
Now it's my line, comrade.
It's our line, comrade.
Socialism strikes again.